All options already tried. Submit papers, please. 1,500 faults on new equipment, the cost of which is $613,341 each. Well, they just say there was no sale to you. Buying a John Deere tractor, the customer can be absolutely sure. Can rely on us, we won't fail. Guys, hello, my name is Vasily and I am the CEO of joint stock company Rusnedra Irkutsk. In September 2018, we bought two articulated dump trucks 410E model of the John Deere brand. LLC Timbermash Baikal was our seller. The deal cost was $1,226,682. And at the end of the story you can see in the video. It will be delightful. So we purchased two John Deere engines. Nice engine, it will work without fails, they said. But in the end, everything turns out differently. There is already so much work. Maintenance specialists constantly come for repair work. Just after leaving, the engines break down again. And all over again. Hi. If Nikolai doesn't go to us, then we go to Nikolai. Nikolai, are you proud to be the seller of articulated dump truck 410? Let me not answer. That is we who bought dump trucks, remember us? Not everyone here remembers us. I wanted to ask you, did you promise us that they have 2 years of failure-free operation? What do you mean by promise? It means that you have promised. I promised you the engine wouldn't break down. Yes. Didn't you promise free faults operation? How can I promise that? Of course not. It appears we misheard. All this hydropneumatic suspension system works so it always folds on the rolls. If there is a right side roll, suspension used to support the right side, but it goes completely the other way. At the slightest way, the system has an unload fault. We have to unload it like that. We haven't got any other options to unload the truck. All options already tried. I really wanted people to know that these trucks are truly raw. Do you agree with that? No. What does it mean, raw? Don't you agree? Well, raw means unfinished, so frankly, trucks are crap. We have plenty of evidence for this, especially the absence of data from JD Link system. Am I right? Yep. Voted JD Link system with the following description. JD Link system by John Deere is a diagnostic tool. You and your dealer can control the operation of the vehicle through a computer or smartphone. Promoted by LLC Timbermash Baikal, stroke of genius from John Deere. We ask company Timbermash Baikal to provide data from JD Link system to record 1,000 faults shown on board computer. And what we have in response to our claim? Well, they say nothing, they just quietly, peacefully keep silent. What was the reason to change your attitude towards us? What do you mean? Well, why did we have sympathy, some understanding before, and now there is no other way except hiding behind kind of papers? Am I right? Take the equipment back. For what reason? The reason is its unfinished state. We will give technical justifications right now. And you, well, were you there? There was a commission. Nikolai, have you been there? I was. Mr. Panov prohibited to remove plug from the axle. Is it true? the Timbermash company trick to convene a commission and to go onto the field. Commission of our company representatives, representatives of the Timbermash company, of leasing companies, regional and John Deere company representatives. I thought finally it is the end of this huge class of problems that arose with the purchase of this high-performance equipment as we were promised. So we were on the way, and I kept the idea that finally this issue would be solved. At that time, being adequate people, they told us, you should make a paper because now we are going to make a record and we need an official answer as a justification to provide it to the plant. Well, we've made a paper, we came to the commission, and then our experts came and said, look, but there is their prohibition right here. Mr. Panov prohibited the service engineer to remove plugs from the axle. I questioned my employee, was it a joke? Because I didn't understand the case. There was an agreement to go the field and record faults, right? He said, well, that's what happened. As an answer from them, all truck defects and faults were presented and demonstrated by our company. Faults in the claim under numbers from 1 to 5 were not detected and recorded. The statement of these faults' presence is not true. Why didn't you let the commission record it? I have no idea, because I wasn't there. What was the reason? Nikolai, why didn't you let the commission make records?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
We didn't let? How is that? All records were mutually made. Why a commission? Shamil, but you refused from it. What do you mean by refused? Well, refused, and that's all. Specifically, I didn't refuse. Here is our mechanic who was there and said that the commission had your prohibition, but at the same time you tell us we are ready to talk. Can you give an explanation? Our prohibition? Okay, since we talk then, yes, we are ready to talk, but not in vain. Your words, we are ready to take the equipment back and to discuss it. What do you mean by ready to take the equipment back? Equipment is in running condition, the fact that it's operating, right? Why does it have a downtime of 750 hours? Well, I have no idea, actually, that's the question for you. This vehicle always shows errors. As they become active, there is nothing to do with it. Totally nothing until they come, reset and omit errors. Loss of capacity, roughly speaking, the truck can't hack neither dead load, neither load weight. At the moment, we purchase other equipment with which we are going to work. We don't want no more troubles with your one, we want to return it. Here you think that we have nothing more to do right now? Do we want to make a PR, or do we want to write a script or to edit a promo on Friday? Hi. Oh great, we can get these guys too. We're shooting a commercial. Will you participate? No need. Don't you want? No. We're not breaking any laws, just talking. For God's sake, you can continue. Will you be there too? No. All right, no more questions for us? No. No. Thanks to our regular customers, equipment users, which we highly respect. Colleagues, I suggest you to leave the room, so it doesn't have a reason. Here's the company and Timbermash attitude towards customers. Leave the room. For what purpose to communicate with them? 80 million rubles. Young man, do you have a paper there? Did you really buy something or what? Well, they just say they didn't sell anything to you. Tell everyone, miss. We have no idea where antifreeze goes. Although there are no leakages, there is no oil foaming, the level does not rise, but the antifreeze disappears. Maintenance engineers have seen this machine only in brochures, so they can't give any specific answer. Are you from the press? No. Then provide the papers or something like that. Based on what? Based on laws. Which law? Because you have no right to shoot without our approval. Can you let me see this law? By the way, can you introduce yourself? At least we introduced ourselves. Did you introduce yourself? Who exactly are you? I am Vasily Vasilyevich. So what? And documents, provide please. Here they are. Are you an authority representative? Why do you require to provide documents? Look, we have an after-sale service. What do you want? Your CEO said that the progress rate of after-sale service won't decrease. Our company doesn't plan to reduce the achieved higher level of after-sale support for our customers. Here we got the service after the sale. Who will cover the downtime? Was the examination performed? Who will cover the downtime? What kind of downtime? Equipment downtime. I know very well how our dump trucks operate and the quality of our high-pressure hoses. Here are HPH. All hoses are in contact. As you see, in some fixing places we have already put rubbers to avoid wearing. Some places they stick out, in another they too tightly fixed. In other words, it's a hose chafe cause of contact between each other. For example, here we can see loss of work condition. Another example, that bunch of HPH haven't got any bounding. The angle was 360 degrees as a result of the hoses wearing. We have already changed the part of equipment, so at least hoses do not contact between each other. Well, even you can see the overlapping at 360 degrees. I don't know the HPH laying technology, but in general that can't be right. In this area we pulled up the hoses, made braces so that they not be loose. But as you can see, the engine mount is not stable. That string trimmer was kept between HPH and almost worn out. We early found out it and fixed.
Она была зажата РВД и тоже практически перетерлась вовремя. Нашли, обнаружили, переделали.
And where your dump trucks operate? Where do our dump trucks operate? Right. I don't understand your question. So how can you be sure in quality of your dump trucks? Our trucks operate in many places. Where exactly? 1,500 faults on new equipment, the cost of which equals to $613,341 each. It's equal to a couple of Robinson helicopters, to 5 Maybachs in excellent configuration, to a great variety of cruisers. In my empty park there is a John Deere truck with open body and bonnet standing still just because that is the normal condition. Are you sorry? Am I sorry that you bought the equipment for more than $1 million? Especially this machine has been standing for quite long period. All about these bolts which fix the swing unit of rear axle. But you said that you have storage facilities certified for multi-million distributions. John Deere has been working more than 100 years in Russia. Here we have several successfully operated plants, Moscow, Domodedovo and Orenburg, and also one of the hugest centers of spares distribution. Well, how come you don't have even bolts in the storage facility? Bushing is fixed by 3 bolts. Almost every ride we had a breakage of quenched at 12.9 original bolts. Maintenance engineers changed them onto quenched at 10.9. Well, it works. What kind of bolts? Balancer bolts. I need a concrete information. John Deere 410E dump truck balancer bolts. I need a part number. Well, of course I keep a part number in my mind. I pay a great deal of attention to a company and I do not want to concentrate on numbers. You know numbers for sure. How come there are no spare parts? How come the absence of axle oil pressure pump at the multi-million storage facility known by every client? None in Russia. How's that? Probably that's the question for John Deere. Did you compensate helicopter? What do you want to compensate? A helicopter. Drive safe. Who will compensate us for the helicopter? Provide signed documents. Who will pay for the helicopter? Warranty repair is in your responsibility. Who will compensate us for the helicopter? Every day we invest on average about $4 million for research and development. Rusnedra company also pays great attention to this issue. During 4 months, we have invested in equipment finishing and solutions. This is a downtime which is 700 hours due to the bolt's absence in Russian Federation. The breakdown of the body lifting, pump and axle failure and other faults. Total investment is $8,501. Our second investment. At the Timbermash mechanics' request, we stopped the equipment for removing the skid from a working machine to put it on the non-working one, because Timbermash don't have diagnostic equipment. Totally, our downtime was $15,027. We also invested $3,833 in the delivery of spare parts by helicopter during muddy season. In addition, we plan to invest in the implementation of measures to eliminate the HPH wearing. In other words, we need to completely stop 2 units of equipment, 2 dump trucks for 2 or 3 weeks. We need to weld fasteners to bound the HPH, to replace the HPH system, if possible to develop a technical solution for the HPH optimal laying in difficult areas of the machine. In total, for 2 dump trucks for 2 or 3 weeks of downtime, we get the amount of investment of $61,000 to $92,000 depending on the work progress. Timbermash put the balancer bolt with a lower degree of quenching due to the breakage of bolts with a high degree of quenching. Although bolts with a lower degree of quenching just strip the internal thread, which leads the frame changing because it's a single design. The cost of investment is approximately $306,670 for 2 dump trucks. We also invest in leasing and people's salaries, which is about $138,000 in a month and a half. We plan to do something with the wiring and repair the pneumatic suspension. The cost of investment isn't clear yet, but we estimate for about $77,000. In total, for 4 months, our company has already invested $99,361 and $582,000 to $613,000 are going to be invested. Guys, think about this figure. This is another dump truck. John Deere, equipment that is worthy of attention. All equipment is prone to damage, but I haven't seen before such a huge number of malfunctions on new equipment. During 4 months of operation, 15 repair applications. The patient is more dead than alive. How many hidden investments are there? I can only guess. I feel like I am a freelance developer in John Deere company for checking all their design defects in severe Siberian conditions. Moreover, I do it on my own expense. Guys from Timbermash company, can you explain to me why? First of all, our success goes back to our core values that we have been following for 178 years: innovation, honesty and quality. We always have an honest way of doing business both with our customers and with our partners and employees. Buying a John Deere tractor, the customer can be absolutely sure that he buys all years of our work experience in the East Siberia conditions, can rely on us. We